Being older is always a roadblock.
I'm 46 years old.
Stay-at-home mom of 4. I don't want to injure myself. And when I do, then it takes a lot longer to heal. Life is pretty crazy, making it to level 5 in circ. And when you guys asked me to perform, that was kind of a big deal to me. In spite of being older, I could still learn and accomplish some of these things. I'm not as tired. I'm more alert. I'm more awake.
Overcoming fear of things that intimidate me.
Mostly I focus on aerial arts, which includes the silks, the hoop, and aerial straps.
My son started first. Then my daughters got involved and stuff. And so then it became something where all the kids were involved. So it gave me an opportunity to be involved in something as well for myself, not for them. I've never done anything really with upper body or weight bearing. I've been a dancer, I've been a runner. That's kind of the extent of it. Maybe a little bit of weightlifting in med school, but that was it. So trying something new and finding something that was enjoyable and interesting enough to keep me involved and keep me going. It's really fun because there's always some sort of small hurdle that you can shoot for and manage. So it's not like you have to go, okay, in 3 years, I'll be able to do X, Y, or Z. You can go, well, by the end of the month, I can maybe get an X conversion or something like that. So there's really small attainable goals that keep you engaged and keep you interested so that you can see the returns more quickly. Before my whole family started at the gym, life was pretty crazy. Obviously, stay-at-home mom of 4, homeschooling. And so trying to find time to do any kind of physical activity other than something with the kids, like, taking a walk, was extremely challenging. So I was usually able to run occasionally because that's something that I've always been interested in doing. But that was kind of the extent of it. So if I could get a run in a couple of times a week, that was it. It definitely doesn't make my time management better because now I have to find time for more things. But that's not a bad thing, but it does bring some consistency because I have a schedule and I know when I'm going to get to exercise. And I've found that for me, it's really important to be physically active because otherwise the stress of normal activities just overwhelms me. So having that and knowing that I'm going to be able to get it accomplished on the days that I normally go is huge. I know that I have something to look forward to. I'm going to be able to do it because everybody knows mom goes to class at this time. So that's actually very helpful. So it's really challenging for me to not feel guilty about taking time to do something for myself. So if the kids are already involved in something, then it's much easier for me to take that time and do something for me. So just having them involved really gave me the opportunity to be involved and to actually look at doing something physical for me and not just, trying to sneak a few minutes here or there. So that's really helped. And then since I got involved, and now my kids are a little older, it's something that I actually really enjoy doing. So that's helped. So timing has really been huge. So it's kind of a neat shift. I think it's given the kids and I something that we all have in common, at least to some extent. So we can have conversations and everybody understands what they're talking about. So if you're talking about a particular hoop move, everyone knows what that move is and everybody offers each other suggestions on how they're doing it wrong, how to do things better, or have you tried this or have you tried that? So I think that it's definitely helped foster more of a family feeling with regards to an outside activity. It's hard to force myself to go exercise in the evenings if I'm the only person doing it. I've never really been involved in much of a group. So knowing that I'm, quote unquote, scheduled to be someplace that people are expecting me to show up, that helps. So I have some accountability towards, the coaches that are there and the other people that are in the class to showing up. So that definitely helps a lot. Being older is always a roadblock because I'm hesitant to do things to hurt myself. I don't want to injure myself. And when I do, then it takes a lot longer to heal. So that's a physical block, but it's also a mental block. Well, so most recently I pulled a muscle in my back. And so I had to be very careful on what I did or didn't do. The good news is that the coaches are all very amenable to adjusting whatever's going on. And if you say, I don't think I should do that, they're great with that and they'll come up with an alternative. So that really helps a lot. That's huge because I can't always figure out, well, what can I do instead that's not going to injure or, pull on something that's already sore. So that's really unique compared to trying to exercise on your own. So when I was younger, all the way up into late teens, early 20s, I danced. That's something where it really takes a lot longer to progress. It's a challenge, but not as rewarding. There's a bit of a camaraderie there, but there wasn't really any conversations about what was going on in the rest of your life. So as opposed to training, there's that sense of camaraderie, but there's questions, not just between the coaches and the people training, but amongst, fellow trainees. How are you doing? What hurts? And, oh, hey, how are things at home? Yesterday we had the question, are you getting enough sleep? What did you eat today? After a Monday off too. So, we got the question, hey, how's your nutrition doing? And how are you sleeping? Helping me to identify areas that I'm weak and giving me things that I can use to help address those areas so that when I come back, I'm not starting, behind where I was. Just knowing that there are people there to encourage you, even when you maybe can't do all the things that you could do the week before. Is very helpful. There's more concern, I think, by the coaches of how you're doing overall, not just with training, but how your life is impacting things that you're doing there. And I think that's important, that a person is a person, and you have to address the entire person and not just one small aspect, or you're not going to have a really positive effect, or the effect you're going to have is going to be short-termed. And it's not going to last the way that you want it to. So I think that's something that you guys do really pretty well. When you guys asked me to perform, that was kind of a big deal to me. It wasn't something I was looking for, but I figured if I was completely horrible, then you wouldn't want me to do that. So that made me feel really good, that I was learning enough and progressing enough that it was worth putting me out there to try to help encourage other people. So that was pretty neat. Making it to level 5 in Cirque was a big deal for me. Of course, my girls are way ahead of me on that, but just being able to do things that I never thought I'd be able to do. I'm not great on handstands, but I can actually do a handstand now. A pull-up, I could never do pull-ups. I could do the bare minimum requirement for push-ups when I was in the military, but definitely not max them out by any stretch. But now I think I could without any problems.
You can show them all how it's done.
That was pretty amazing, because it proved to me that I, in spite of being older, in spite of coming to this at a much older age, I could still learn and accomplish some of these things. And more recently, being able to get a muscle up on straps was
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be able to do that. Being physically in shape makes you feel better, makes me feel better, makes my day go better. I am not as tired as when I'm not physically active. I'm more alert, I'm more awake. I manage to get through my day with more patience, actually. So being able to be involved with other people that are going on the same journey, it doesn't look the same, but we're all going through, some things are good for some people, some things are not good. We all have lives. So being able to go through that with other people that, at least to a certain extent, understand the struggles that you're going through, is fantastic. So that really, I think, is important. So it's more of a come join us, as opposed to go do this, you should try this. It's come join us, it's fun, you'll have a good time. So that for motivation. And then to continue, so I guess I'd probably just tell them, come join us for a bit, and then see how you feel. Do you like how you feel? Do you like how your body feels? Do you like how you feel about yourself? My guess would be that most everybody's going to say, yeah, I like the way I feel better. I like the way I feel about myself. And so that then would be motivation to continue.